Kevin is one of the greatest comedians that I've ever seen. And Kevin is one of the greatest men that I've ever known. Hello, Jerry.
You lying! You lying! You're lying! He's lying! He didn't even buy it yet! Listen, he's lying!
I know anything about the freak on. And they all look at me like... And they be like, well, how are these people you know is that freak on?
When Dave Chappelle talks, people stop and listen. He has a way of telling the truth while making you laugh at the same time. But this time, what he said has left fans thinking about something far deeper than comedy. The entertainment world is shaking after Sean Diddy Combs was arrested in New York. One of the most powerful figures in music, Diddy is now behind bars, facing serious charges that have rocked the industry. He has been denied bail and is waiting for his trial. While he sits in a cell, more details about his private life and business dealings continue to come out. And every new detail makes things worse for him. But while everyone is focused on Diddy's arrest, another story is quietly unfolding. Dave Chappelle, one of the sharpest minds in comedy, is back in the spotlight, and he's talking about the whole situation. He recently took to the Saturday Night Live stage, and what he said left people wondering if he knows more than he's letting on. Because between the jokes and laughter, Chappelle seemed to be hinting at something hidden, something that connects Diddy, Kevin Hart, and the way the entertainment world is really run. To understand Chappelle's comments, we have to start with Diddy himself. For decades, Diddy was a symbol of success. He came from nothing and became a self-made mogul. He owned record labels, fashion lines, spirit companies, and had a seat at every major table in music and media. He wasn't just rich, he was powerful. Everyone wanted to be in his circle, and being close to Diddy meant having opportunities that others could only dream of. But the same power that made him a king is now what's being questioned. Investigators claim that Diddy's empire was built not only on business, but on control, influence, and manipulation. Those accusations have opened the door to a side of Hollywood that most never see. And as the walls close in on him, people who were once silent are starting to speak up. Former friends, employees, and collaborators are beginning to reveal what they experienced. Dave Chappelle, however, is not speaking as an insider. He's speaking as someone who has always stood outside the system, someone who has seen how Hollywood works from both inside and afar.
And then every once in a while, something terrible happens. Ah! And I'm like, oh no! What we got here? And Bobby be like, oh, keep going, Playboy.
And that's where Kevin Hart's name suddenly enters the conversation. Because while Diddy's empire was about power, Kevin has always been about image. But lately, cracks have started to show. Kevin Hart just can't catch a break with the drama. People who are saying that the whole nice guy vibe he gives off on camera is just for show. And behind the scenes, word is he's way more of...
If everything stops there, can you survive? Yes. You're a liar.
Yeah. You talk about?
Do you have a home?
I make more money on trains.
Do you have a home?
You talking about?
Do you have a home?
To me.
Do you have a home?
There are even whispers that he gets close to powerful people just to move up on the Hollywood ladder. Some even go as far as to call him a full-on industry plant. Sounds wild, right? But look at this clip and see for yourself.
So I've had people throw millions of dollars in my face to do something I didn't want to do. And what? Just...
Many fans believe that while Kevin and Diddy both threw these over-the-top parties, there was more going on behind the scenes than just celebrities having fun. These get-togethers were glimpses into a secretive world where power, fame, and temptation all collide, blurring the line between celebration and controversy. These parties weren't just social gatherings. They were power plays in disguise. Behind the music and champagne, connections were built on ambition, convenience, and quiet understandings. In those glittering rooms, Kevin and Diddy's relationship evolved beyond simple friendship. They became partners in an exclusive circle where influence was traded like currency and status was the ultimate prize.
You know, the internet is going wild on him, saying that he was a curator and a narrator of one of the Diddy parties and got caught on tape.
Whispers about Kevin's past, the alleged affairs, the messy accusations are making a comeback, and this time they're louder than ever. You'd think after all the headlines, he'd stay out of the spotlight for a while. But nope, it's like he's leaning into it even more. And right there, lurking in the background as always, is Diddy. The two keep crossing paths. Same clubs, same after parties. And now, with this new footage surfacing, things are starting to look a little too close for comfort.
Did the camera catch that? Got the camera!
It's no secret that Diddy's relationships are always surrounded by speculation. The whispers are getting loud that some of Kevin's controversies, from the cheating scandals to the mysterious cover-ups and the shady business moves, might trace back to Diddy's shadow. Could Kevin have been pulled into Diddy's world, a world built on secrets, silence, and loyalty that comes with a price tag? And then there's another moment that resurfaced a throwback to 2010, when Kevin hosted Diddy's Dirty Money album release party. He's sitting on the edge of a hot tub, cracking jokes, surrounded by women, perfectly playing the role of the carefree comedian. But now, with everything that's come out about Diddy, people are rewatching that clip and asking the real question: how much did Kevin actually know back then? The questions haven't stopped coming, especially now that Diddy is facing major allegations of ST and racketeering. Kevin's connection to him, a man accused of such serious crimes, suddenly looks a lot messier. Old clips keep resurfacing, showing Kevin right there beside Diddy at parties and private events. And fans aren't letting those moments slide by unnoticed. What really has people uneasy is how deep this connection goes. We're talking years of friendship parties, late-night hangouts, and a bond that seemed almost unbreakable. Diddy was always known for throwing massive, ultra-exclusive parties filled with Hollywood's elite. But now, with disturbing claims of FOs, substance, and worse, behind those closed doors, even guests who once seemed innocent are now being re-examined. While Diddy's legal team continues to push back against every accusation, Kevin Hart's silence is starting to speak volumes. He hasn't been charged or linked to any crime, and there's no solid proof he was aware of anything shady happening. Still, fans can't help but ask, how much did Kevin really know? And if he knew something, why stay quiet now that everything's unraveling? One person who didn't hold back was DJ Academics. He went in hard, calling out the strange, almost surreal nature of Diddy's parties. His commentary mixed disbelief with dark humor, describing a lifestyle that looked glamorous on the outside but felt downright eerie underneath. From odd interactions to wild excess, Academics painted a picture of a world where fame and secrecy go hand in hand and where not everything is as it seems once the cameras stop rolling. Through Academics' lens, the party unfolds like a chaotic blend of glamour and tension, a high-profile spectacle where laughter hides secrets and fame blurs reality. But Academics doesn't just stop at recapping the night. He goes deeper, dissecting the power dynamics and silent rivalries that pulse beneath the surface. It paints a vivid picture of how influence works behind closed doors and how fame can unite people on stage while dividing them off it. As he rewinds key moments from the footage, Academics reveals the unspoken hierarchies and quiet battles for dominance between stars, like Kevin Hart and Diddy. His unfiltered analysis rips away the glossy facade, forcing viewers to see Hollywood not as a dream, but as a calculated system of image, leverage, and survival. Sinbad has claimed that certain people in the industry wanted Kevin Hart to take over the spotlight, and after Sinbad faded from view, Kevin carved out his own lane to success. When he moved to New York, he threw himself into stand-up, grinding through the same tough crowds and setbacks every comedian faces. His rise wasn't instant, but through persistence, sharp wit, and a one-of-a-kind comedic voice, Kevin eventually became a household name. With countless hit shows and blockbuster films behind him, his journey is a testament to sheer determination and resilience.
I never witnessed the happy years between my mom and my dad. I only saw the downward spiral.
But despite such a strong legacy, fans can't help but wonder where it all went wrong for Sinbad. Unfortunately, a mix of health struggles, tax troubles, and bankruptcy hit him hard, slowing down a career that once seemed unstoppable. It's a story Hollywood knows all too well, about stars living big, only left to be vulnerable when the spotlight fades. Now whispers are circulating that the FBI might start looking into Kevin Hart, especially given his connection to Diddy. With Diddy's legal troubles mounting, that link could turn out to be a major headache for Kevin, who's already caught in his fair share of controversy.
If we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even I don't want it to come close to the bed.
Word is the same powerful figures rumored to control Hollywood might be pulling the strings behind Kevin and others like him. To make things more complicated, his interactions with fellow celebrities have only fueled the debate. Dave Chappelle, on the other hand, has never been afraid to talk about the dark side of fame. His insight into how people are controlled, pressured, or forced to compromise who they are has made him one of the few voices people truly trust. He's the type who will laugh at the truth, but he'll make sure you hear it too. Now it's all coming full circle. Diddy's downfall has made people rewatch everything. His parties, his friendships, his power moves. And Kevin Hart's name keeps showing up in the mix. Whether it's business, friendship, or something deeper, there's no denying that both men have walked similar paths full of fame, fortune, and the kind of secrets Hollywood doesn't like in the spotlight. And Dave Chappelle, he's the man who shines that light, whether Hollywood likes it or not.